Let me remind you that oil supply glut is floating in dark fleet ships in places like the South China Sea.
One of the biggest drivers of global oil markets in the last year has been the difference between sanctioned and unsanctioned oil.
Something made all the more significant during the first few weeks of this year, given threats to Iranian, Venezuelan, and Russian supply.
Russia certainly has some difficulties selling its oil as a result of the sanctions and restrictions that we've seen placed on its production.
As sanctions tightened on Russia following its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, a shadow economy emerged, utilizing that so-called dark fleet of aging, uninsured tankers. By repainting names and faking flags, switching off their transponders, these ghost ships vanished from the map.
Initially, there were only a few of these tankers. Today, probably 20 to 25% of the global oil tanker fleet is what we call the dark fleet. Most of the customers of that oil have been in the global south.
They don't really go into the places we normally look at to set global oil prices.
For instance, China, which hoovered up millions of barrels in 2025 into its vast stockpile. Some of that is Russian crude, which the war pushed into the shadows. But if the conflict were to end, it wouldn't stay there forever.
So perhaps the biggest change of a peace deal in Ukraine would be the return of some of those barrels into more transparent, more Western-linked pricing hubs, and that could weigh on oil prices.